Welcome to the Path Monk Presents podcast. My name is Sean Donnelly Lewis, and in today's episode, we're talking with Tracy Montour. She is the Director of Marketing at Arbeitsoftware. Tracy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to have this conversation.
Yeah, great. So, Arbeit, we discussed before the show, it's a German word for work. But what do you guys do? What kind of work?
Yeah, so at Arbeit, we create solutions for businesses to reach consumers effectively and efficiently. So we have a voice over IP phone system, we have auto dialer, and then we also have a TCPA compliant outbound calling solution. So, we want to make sure that businesses can reach as many consumers as possible in, the way that is most effective.
Okay. So, thinking about does this reach big companies, or is this only big companies? Is it small companies? What does your clientele look like?
Actually, so it's quite interesting. Majority of our customers are debt collection agencies, and that is because the main reason is because our owners of our company used to own a debt collection agency, and that's actually why they began building the software. And they actually have a lot of contacts in that industry, as you can imagine. So we do have somewhat of a mix of industries that we serve. Really, anyone that has a contact center or is a business that needs any contact solutions, we can help them. But I would say 70 or 80% of our customers are in the debt collection space.
Okay. So very niche, very, yeah, specific what you guys do. How have you guys been able to grow the business? Has it been a lot of digital marketing? Has it been some inbound SEO? What does that side look like?
Yeah, so we have a great sales team that has led the effort from their side, and we have built great relationships in the industry. But we also do a lot of brand building and SEO and conversion rate optimization. So, our brand is definitely different than the other brands in the debt collection industry. It's a very traditional industry, and we're trying to make some noise and be like more modern, more approachable company. So our CEO, Alex Villafranca, started this out when he built the company, but our whole marketing team and really everyone in the company has really, taken ownership of the brand and just been more personable and approachable than other vendors in the industry, which has been great for our growth. We really do have like a community of people who use our products, and that's great for referrals. But our marketing team, ourselves, we're very focused on content and educating the users and also prospective customers, and conversion rate optimization. Like I said, we have someone on our team that does that full time, which involves a lot of SEO, testing, also content marketing, things like that, so that we can make sure our visitors of our website are having the best experience possible, and they're getting the information that they need to make a decision. And just by doing that, we've been able to increase the amount of leads that we brought in by 64% in 2020. And so we were really concerned about what was going to happen with the pandemic, but at the end of the day, people are still trying to do business, and we're able to reach more of those people. And that being said, huge shout out to my team, because I say, it might sound like I have a big team, but it's only 3 of us, including myself. So it's definitely a team effort.
No, I mean, just thinking about the concept, right, of business, when I think of debt agency, you do think of people like knocking on your door and stuff like that. Like it's almost aggressive. I think that's a great idea. Wish I had thought of it. But so where does the website play in acquiring new clients?
Yeah, our website is like the major hub for all of our lead generation activities. So we have been, incrementally over time increasing the amount of leads that we're bringing in through our website. Not only increasing the amount, but increasing the quality of the leads that we're bringing in. So we spend a lot of time thinking about, what customers are best for us. As you can imagine, there's a lot of different types of buyers in contact solution audience. Some people, we all get those spam calls to our phone. Some people are not calling people for the right reasons. And we, make the experience so that we attract the right type of buyer that are conducting business ethically, but also will be in business for a long time so that we can, continuously get recurring revenue.
Yeah. So obviously you're a person in marketing. The strengths of talking about a website, I'm sure, are always overshadowed by what you think you could do better, right? There's always
Yeah.
that need to want to do things better. If you were able to improve something, say the ability to convert or the quality of leads or the user experience, where would you say if we grew in that area, things would be a lot better or that'd make a big difference?
Yeah, I think that there's a huge opportunity to improve on our website. I mean, there's only three of us, like I said, and there's only so many hours of the day. We actually use a um, theme for our website, which I don't know if people have different opinions on that, but it's what works best for us. It's not a custom website, but there, I would love to continue to experiment. Try new things, make the website faster. Definitely, for sure, that's something that we're working on. And just being able to have a better user experience with our website. Something we focus a lot on actually is making sure that our messaging is clear on our website, and that's what a lot of the testing that we do is different headlines, different ways to format the information on our products, because we may think it's clear, but if it's not clear to our audience, then there's no point in having the information on there. So we're always experimenting with ways to make sure people understand what we do. And I think, we can always improve our website. It's kind of like the first impression that people get of our brand a lot of the times, unless they find us on social media or on YouTube. So I think that I will never stop trying to improve it.
Yeah, now coming back to the product for a second, what you guys do, and for everyone listening, what would you say is yeah, the main difference between what you guys offer and other people occupying the same space?
Yeah, so we actually are building a new product right now that will help differentiate our bite even more than we already do. But one thing that differentiates us from other people in our industry is our support of our customers, and our willingness to treat a small business like they're a huge enterprise. They're not the most exciting products in the world, but they are essential products for businesses to operate, especially in these contact centers, debt collection agencies, and we're definitely a partner for them. Our products, they may not be like the most shiny new product out there, but they work and consistently outperform competitors, and they're extremely reliable. So we spend a lot of time gathering that data, communicating with our customers, and just being there to support them. We really consider ourselves definitely a partner or a friend with all of our customers, no matter what size they are. And we treat everybody from a one person business to a 100-person business the same, and offer them the same experience.
Very cool. And thinking about you as a marketeer, we talked a little bit before the show that you're a creative person. I just want to hear like a word association, right? So, what would be the biggest challenge that comes to your mind as a marketeer when I say the word innovation?
Time.
Time.
Yeah.
Okay, feel free to elaborate.
Yeah, I just think, something that I try to do is schedule in time in my schedule to like have a blank space on my calendar. So I find that I can't be creative or innovative unless I have the time to think about things. And, just scheduling times where I'm literally just thinking or sitting there or doing something else where so I find a lot of my ideas, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, come to me while I'm doing something else. A lot of people have ideas in the shower, or I always have ideas when I'm doing the dishes. So like I'll just schedule like time, and maybe it's a lunch break or something, and I'll go do those things or take a walk. And yeah, I think if you're just busy in back-to-back meetings all day, like there's no way you're gonna have time for innovation.
Yeah, makes sense. And when I say ROI, you would say the biggest challenge for a marketeer.
Resources.
What about conversion optimization?
um I would say time again. That's something that's very time consuming and labor intensive, and just having a small team. Like, it's hard because we know there's so many more things we could be doing, but at the same time, like, we have to prioritize.
Yeah. And now I'm going to try and make it really hard. If you could only focus on one thing in order to improve marketing, would it be road mapping? Would it be the growth initiatives? Would it be marketing messaging, or reporting? Which one of those four do you think, yeah, would be the one thing you'd want to improve, or you feel like is the key?
I think the key is messaging personally. I think unless you have clarity in your messaging, none of those other aspects are going to work. I think that's the foundation and the number one step. And I'm very, I have a lot of experience in product marketing, and I'm very interested in, positioning and messaging, but I really think you have to have a foundation. So for example, at Arbeit, we spend a lot of time building like our point of view and our narrative so that can inform everything else that we do. And we don't have to start from scratch, like what's our message going to be. We kind of know in advance, and it's a frame of reference for everything that we do. So I think that that is the number one priority.
Just switching gears here for a second, I want to talk about you as a leader. What kind of content do you consume to educate yourself and grow as a professional and as a person?
Well, I love to read. I read every day, and it's not just marketing books. I think you should get a really broad range of content that you consume. And I really like to read about other functions within the business so that I can understand and better support those functions. So, whether it be product management or sales, really important. And then also, um, I subscribe to Medium. I also use Feedly, and I'll check those every morning and just look out for new articles, new things like that. There's so many people out there making great content and helpful content, but it's just there's not enough time in the day
Yeah.
to do that. But what I do is every morning I wake up and I listen to audiobooks while I'm like getting ready for the day. So at the very minimum, you know, books are always out there, and audiobooks I think are super helpful and more easy to digest while you're multitasking.
Well, we're slowly coming to the end of the interview, but before we end, I would really like to do some rapid fire questions. So just
Okay.
short and sweet, even almost like before. Just when I give you the question, just try and answer as quickly and honestly, both equally important. Um, yeah, to the questions. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, appropriate. You just talked about book. What was the last book that you read?
I'm reading The Dutch House right now.
Okay, is it good?
It's good, but it's narrated by Tom Hanks, and like all I can think about is Tom Hanks the whole time.
Okay. Which Tom Hanks though? The Woody from Toy Story Tom Hanks, or Captain Phillips Tom Hanks? It's all right. What's the single focus that your company has at the moment?
It's customer support and making sure our customers are happy.
If there were no limits, no boundaries in technology, what would be the one thing you'd want to have fixed for your company?
That's a great question. I think being able to have more insight into our customers and their behavior.
What's the last thing that kept you awake at night about your company?
I would say just stress about customer churn and making sure that we're keeping our customers happy.
If you were to start over again at Arbeit, what would be the one piece of advice you give yourself?
I would say don't be afraid to, voice your opinion or make suggestions earlier on.
All right. That was Tracy from Arbeitsoftware. Before we let you go, we do give our guests the last word. So if you want to sum up everything that we talked about, or if you feel like, oh, there's something that we left out, I just want to give you the floor, and you can go ahead and share it with us.
Oh my gosh. Well, I would just say I don't think I left anything out, but if anybody ever wants to talk about marketing or have me, give them a gut check, I love collaborating with people and sharing ideas. So you can always reach out to me. And I love, I'll review things for you and have those information. Or if you just want to connect, I'm open to that.
Great. Tracy, thanks for your time today.
Yes, thank you.